You're watching the 10 o'clock news with Jade Hindmon.
Covering the Carolinas tonight, the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating how engine debris from a new Boeing 787 Dreamliner ignited a fire and forced the Charleston International Airport to shut down. Law enforcement say it was bad timing and bad judgment when a man acting suspiciously out here in this parking lot on Sunday put everyone on high alert. Typically, flashlights are used to help people see in the dark. This time, a homeowner used it to knock the lights out of someone.
Jade, I can imagine people there are pretty angry about what's going on.
Oh, that's right. 10 homes in the last 2 weeks. Neighbors in the area tell me they know who the culprit is. Keeping them in jail, though, they say, is another story. Almost every house on Griffin Road in Anderson County has been burglarized.
They're coming through the woods.
Peggy Lee says a few weeks ago someone broke into her shed and took $8,000 worth of tools. She says she's even caught a glimpse of the thief.
Oh yeah, I can see them. Sometimes they'll have their flashlights coming up through the woods.
Looking for something else to steal.
And I holler out here too and tell them, okay, Queen Peggy Lee's got this property. I will shoot you if you come in my yard.
Lee says once the thieves are arrested, they get a slap on the wrist and are let out of jail only to turn around and steal again. Pastor Otis Burns and his wife live down the street. They've been burglarized and are fed up too. They say they'll do 3 things the next time it happens.
I'm going to call 3 people up. I'm going to call God up. I'm going to call the cops up, and I'm going to call my 38 up. And whichever one answers first, I'll be satisfied.
Everyone in the area seems to think 2 people are responsible. I went to knock on their door to get their side of the story. While they invited me in and admitted to being arrested for a theft at a nearby business, they say the home burglaries are not their doing. Neighbors have this for whoever is responsible.
If the people who are stealing are watching this, we are going to bind together on Griffin Road. And if the cops don't get you, we will.
15-month-old Yoeli Padillo just learned to walk and loved making her way across the street to the swing set. Today, her life ended while in that same street.
I came back up the road and seen the baby laying in the road and where she had been hit by a car.
Her mother, Rena Padillo, says she was making a quick run to the store when it happened. She says, I went to the store. I told my sister I'm leaving my kids with you. I will be right back because it's too hot. It was just 5 minutes away from home. She says sometime in between, her daughter was hit. The question is, by whom? Investigators say this was no hit and run, but a car versus pedestrian, which means whomever did it is still around the neighborhood.
We have to make sure that we basically cross every T and dot every I. We want any agency that needs to be involved that could assist us with our investigation and possibly even assist them with their investigation.
Right now we're trying to determine which vehicle struck the child.
The mother told us her other child, who's just 5, saw a blue car hit Yoeli. She also told us investigators took her blue SUV and her ex-husband's white SUV into evidence.
Yo quiero es que hagan justicia.
Tonight, she says she wants justice as investigators piece this together, and her daughter, 15-month-old Yoeli Padillo, rests in peace.
That little kid, that little child, that little baby, may she rest in peace. I know God's got her in his hands. I'm sorry.
Welcome back. South Carolina Army National Guard troops from units in Cherokee and Union are leaving for a 12-month deployment to Kosovo. And as photojournalist Rob Baker shows us, the upstate honored the troops today with a send-off ceremony at the Peachtree Festival in Gaffney. On the Fox Carolina Money Watch, one of the country's biggest banks is taking a big hit. JP Chase reported a massive $5.8 billion loss tied to risky trades in the London office. That's almost triple what was originally thought, and the CEO says it might get even bigger, almost $2 billion bigger. But believe it or not, the huge loss is not all bad news. JP Morgan still managed to beat expectations with a $5 billion profit in the second quarter. It's day 5 of one of the largest cable blackouts in the industry's history, and tonight analysts say they're not holding their breath for a quick resolution. Analysts say both Viacom and DirecTV have too much at stake in a fight that's left 20 million customers without popular channels like Nickelodeon, MTV, and Comedy Central. The blackout is a result of a dispute over a new contract for the Viacom-owned channels. Analysts believe Viacom will ultimately get a fee hike of around 27%, just shy of the 30% boost that Direct says Viacom is requesting.